All right, but Joshua, Chief Economist of Bank Permata, I want to get your take on this. You heard the U.S. ambassador to Indonesia there speaking his concerns quite clearly. In your view, will this new criminal code and this article affect investments into Indonesia?
Yeah, I think this is one of the law that passes in the government of Indonesia, or the parliament passes criminal code banning sex outside the marriage. Yeah? And then this could affect negatively from the investor perspective and also from the tourism perspective. But I think there will be, I think the government should also make the communication with the foreign investors, in order to clarify about the initiative of this law, because we still believe that Indonesia fundamental economy still in a good shape compared to other countries in the coming year. So we still believe that, and then we're looking at the realization expectation for the investment realization this year will reaching 1,200 trillion rupiah. So we still believe that the potential of investment coming from U.S., China, and also other countries, I think still will be solid. Yeah, but I think the government should need to make a good communication with the foreign investors.
Right, that's a good point you're making there, and of course, it's still going to take 3 years to take into effect. So what you're saying is investments will still, be at a healthy level next year, Joshua. Right. Now, another factor I want to talk to you about is oil prices. Now, the EU and G7, they put into force a price cap on Russian oil. EU also placed an embargo on seaborne Russian oil. How do you see this affecting oil prices in the weeks and months to come, Joshua?
Yeah, I think this is the EU's moves, in order to limit the Russia invasion to Ukraine, because I think by this moves from the EU, I think this will lead to the downtrend in oil prices. As I noticed from the latest data, currently, for example, like Brent price already below $80 per barrel, and also WTI also still recorded around $72.5 per barrel. So we still believe that from this implementation of the policy, and also coupled with the expectation of next year global slowdown, we are expecting that, as I mentioned earlier, also that the commodity prices, including crude oil, is expected to be easing next year.
Okay.
Like what we seen in this year, that fuel price still or crude price still recorded had more than $100 per barrel, but by the end of this year, we see that the Brent price or the WTI price already below $80 per barrel. So we're expecting that the fuel price or the crude oil price, will be managed below $100 per barrel for the next year.
Right. And what is your forecast for fuel prices in Indonesia, both non-subsidized and subsidized fuel prices? Do you think there's a chance they could go down as well?
Yeah, I think the implementation of the non-subsidized fuel price hikes that just have been done by the government lately, maybe couple days ago or a couple weeks ago. I think in order to respond, the increase of oil price in October, so there will be some lag time, when the crude oil price globally increase, and then the implementation of the domestic non-subsidized fuel price will be sometime around 1 month. So basically, looking at the current situation, that as I mentioned, that the crude oil prices tends to be declining, so we are expecting that non-subsidized fuel price also has a potentially to be to be the price of non-subsidized fuel price will be slashed by the government, yeah, in the coming months, yeah. Okay. And then and note that the impact of fuel price for the subsidized fuel in September, in last September also, the impact of fuel price hike will be diminishing by September 2023. Yeah. So after that, I think the government also has potentially to cut also the subsidized fuel price whenever the crude oil price globally still remain below $70 or $80 per barrel.
All right. Pak Josua, I want to move on from oil prices onto the stock market, more specifically the Indonesian stock market. One hot issue this past week has, of course, been the fall of Gojek Tokopedia or GoTo stocks. So take us through the factors behind this. Why has GoTo stocks plunged? I think they hit the auto reject limit 9 trading sessions in a row. Just tell us, why has this happened?
Yeah, I think GoTo shares, GoTo Group shares continue their plunge after the executive failed to assuage investors' concern about the unprofitable Indonesia internet company's prospect. In addition to that, I think the stocks has fallen for the 15 straight days, hurt by the expiry of a lockup on its major shareholders' stakes that free them to reduce their holdings. I think that's the two biggest issues, that the financial performance from the GoTo Group, and the second one is the end of the expiry of lockup of major stakeholders. So I think, although in terms of valuation, I think GoTo shares currently is still is relatively cheaper than the initial public offering, but I think the investor currently is cautious, yeah, when the lockup period has ended, and the financial performance from GoTo still remain in a negative note. Yeah, so we are expecting that yeah, something has to do from the shareholders or the companies to recover the market or the investors' sentiments currently.
Okay. We have about a minute left, but I want to get your overall assessment on the Indonesian Stock Exchange. It dropped below 7,000. Again, it was about 6,700 today. Is the sentiment quite negative on the Indonesian Stock Exchange? Why is that, and will we see it improve next week?
Yeah, we are expecting that there will be some year-end window dressing, and then we still also expecting that the performance of Indonesia listed companies, yeah, next year the EPS growth will be around 6 to 8%, yeah, compared to this year more than 20% growth. We're still expecting that by the end of this year, the GCI still has a potential to record at least 6,900 until 7,000. And then for the next year, we are expecting that the GCI will likely hover around 7,500, because we still believe that in terms of the Indonesia GDP growth is expected to be around 4.8 to 5%. Yeah, I think this compared to other peers, I think Indonesia listed companies, and also in terms of macroeconomic condition, I think we are still lucrative compared to peers. So we still believe that the Indonesia performance next year will remain solid.
Okay, Pak Josua Pardede, Chief Economist of Bank Permata, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your full insights on Indonesia's economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.